It's 4:30 p.m. on Monday, May 26th, 2025, and I'm here in the last little area of this row. This morning, I just opened up the whole area. It was going to rain. I didn't know if it was going to rain all day or not, so I don't know if I'd be able to come back. So they've been hanging out here. I got a couple of reports that I think you guys wrote if you've been watching my videos. The first report is that keeping this wire at the lower height has prevented any of the sheep from breaking out. So I think I just needed the wire to be lower. This one's actually not lowered, but I was keeping it on that 5th hook, and then lately I've been doing it at the 4th hook. Well, Greg Judy recommended 1 foot off the ground, so that would be the 3rd hook off the ground there. So right now it's about 80 degrees. We had an inch and a half of rain this morning before I came out. Hasn't really rained since. There's a good chance we're going to get a little more rain today, but not much. So somebody was asking about the broadleafs near the trees. Let me just I wanted to point out here, this is goatweed. It's about 8 inches tall. This, I think, is some kind of duck. It's been nibbled away. They're not even touching the goatweed, which is fine. I didn't expect them to eat it. So, but I'm going to go over here. There's a fresh patty. Let's look near the trees. What kind of broadleafs we have near the trees? There's some more goatweed growing up in a bundle of grass next to what might have been an anthill or something. So I know the summer grass will completely dominate the goatweed, because there was a part of my pasture, I think 2 years ago, I had goatweed pretty much everywhere except for that part of the pasture where the Bermuda grass was super thick. So this is a bush. I think this is honey locust or something like that. And something ate all the leaves off this. There's a couple leaves left. You kind of see there some of the leaves that are left. There's a little bit up here too in this corner, but something just devoured that thing, which I think is not beneficial towards its growth. And over here I have a berry bush. I get berry bushes all over my property. I'm not too concerned about it. It's one of the reasons why I keep sheep. I wanted to comment about that in a minute too. But I guess when they were here on the other side of that wire, about a week ago, I guess. Yeah, it would have been Tuesday morning. They did not devour that berry bush as I was hoping. So I guess the sheep are skipping the berry bushes for some reason. Whatever, it doesn't really matter one way or the other. I've seen berry bushes come and go. I used to have a big one somewhere around here, but it's completely dead. Yeah. I remember there's a big bush here, and then we had Rammy. He came out following his mama because he was a bottle lamb. And I was taking a video or was talking to her about how the sheep like to eat berry bushes. And then he saw the berry bush, he just started munching on the leaves. I think it's right here is where it used to be. Let's see if there's still stalks and stuff left over. Yeah, I think it was here. Yeah, this is where that berry bush used to be. It's barely surviving. It was a huge bush. It was probably 20 feet. Just encompassed this whole area, but it's pretty much dead now. So I'm not too concerned about the berry bushes. The animals will get to it. So that's kind of the story on the broadleaf weeds. Forbs. I don't really consider it a weed. I mentioned getting rid of the cows, or rather selling these cows and buying South Pole heifers or cows. And the only issue there is finding good South Poles. I need to start scouring the internet for somebody that has them and is willing to sell. If you're watching this and you have South Pole cows to sell, I need about 20 of them. That's my number. So if you have South Poles you'd like to sell and you're somewhere near Northeast Texas, we can figure out logistics. It's not too hard to solve. But I'm interested. So, and I'm paying attention to Greg Judy's video. He mentions people sometimes that are getting out of the business due to illness or whatever. Sometimes you have South Poles or half South Poles are trying to get rid of. So, but they mentioned the Corriente. Yeah, the Corriente, there's quite a bit of Corriente around here. My neighbor who does roping, I should mention professional roping, like he actually gets paid to do it. People doing rodeo, they make good money, you know, doing it. I think that's pretty much supports his farm is roping. He probably does some other things too. I don't really know everything that he does. But the Corriente are good for roping because they have good horns, like this one here. Just kind of the ideal horn shape. You can imagine that they're a calf about a year old. And those horns, they kind of come up out of the skull and they go out to the side. And they put this like this head thing on, I think to protect the head from the rope. So they can rope the animal without hurting it. And he practices, he has a herd of cows that he uses. And he practices on them every once in a while, probably 2 or 3 times a week actually. And it's kind of funny because the steer, they love, I think they love being roped. I can see they get excited and they really love to make a dash for it and they love to get away. And probably something to break the monotony. But they really enjoy it. I don't get the sense that those cows are stressed at all. They seem to enjoy it. If you don't know what roping is, they have like an arena and they let the calf out and there's 2 horsemen. So one of them, let's see if I remember right. One ropes the head, one ropes the legs. And then one of them has to jump off. I think the one that ropes the legs has to jump off and tie him up. And it has to hold for a certain number of seconds. And there's something about like, you can only rope the legs if the animal turns around or something. Like if you rope the legs too early, then it's a disqualification. But a very technical sport. I see a lot of older people do it, which is kind of interesting to me to see, you know, people my age doing that kind of sport. And it is a sport. Just riding a horse, beyond just like trotting down the field, is definitely a form of exercise. You know, and those horses, oh my goodness, they're good horses. They're fast. I think they give the calf like a head start a certain amount of time. And so the horse has to be faster than the calf. And the calves are not slow. And those calves book it. They just take off running. And cows can be quite fast. They can jump pretty high too. I've seen them jump a 5-foot fence. And they run faster than my side-by-side. I think 40 miles an hour is how fast they run, which the fastest human can run about 25 miles an hour, right? So you're not catching a cow if you run after it. Anyway, just interesting stuff. Let's see, what's to talk about? I was looking back at previous rows that I've already grazed through. The grass is recovering very quickly. And super nice. We're here in the last week of May, and the only brown colors I'm really seeing is some of the grass is browning out, but that's mostly seed heads. So when you look out in the distance and it kind of looks a little brown, that's seed heads. So that's not like the pasture's dying or anything like that. And there's plenty of forage. I know for a fact this is Bermuda grass, so I'm standing in Bermuda grass right now. So, and that's the summer grass. So that's what I want to grow all summer long. That's what's really going to sustain my farm. That's where the money's at, basically. And my goal is to grow Bermuda grass 4 feet tall every year, and just have so much of it that I could put 100 animals here and still have plenty left over. I'm supposed to catch you and take that bandage off your hoof. Why is it not coming off? Well, her hoof was in bad shape, so maybe giving it extra time to heal is a good thing. So I'll probably pin him up probably this Saturday separate out the rams. And the ram lambs, I'll leave a wether with the sheep so they keep cycling normally. We don't get the ram effect. And that'll be that. So guys, I hope you had a great Memorial Day. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.